Hi, I'm Natasha with BareTalkTV, and today we're talking about 420.
Yay!
So if you're from Vancouver, you know that 420 is when the streets are filled with smoke.
Marijuana.
And everybody is smoking cannabis all over the city and no one is getting arrested for it.
Yeah.
So have you been to any 420 celebrations?
Usually on 420 I'm working. So
Me too, always. I walk by it.
And I get like high off the fumes that are downtown.
So you're partaking?
Kind of, yeah. Only once on 420 I went home after work and my friend loves to smoke weed and I took one puff just to celebrate.
Okay.
Because I don't smoke weed. I don't really like it.
Yeah, actually neither do I, and we were talking about this before we started. So I've worked in the industry for a really long time and I don't actually consume cannabis. I have, but I'm not a consumer, but I think it's exciting where we're going with legalization.
Yeah.
It is exciting. I just want to ask you about 420 as a number. I mean, it's as far as I know from my college days.
Right.
420 was the time of day you took your time out to smoke a joint. Is that still, I mean, now it's on April 20th at 420.
It still happens for some people daily at 420, but April 20th is just like the day when it's like the cannabis community's Christmas. It's the day when everyone comes together and just parties, you know, and there's other gatherings that happen throughout the year, conferences and things that maybe are a little bit more business focused, but I think 420, as well as July 1st, are going to be these days where people come together and commune. It's more of an activist. It's had activist roots behind it, like civil disobedience. Even before legalization, they've been doing this for a long time.
Right,
right?
Because it was associated with the legalization in the US,
yes.
I believe, right?
Yeah.
It's the number 420?
Yeah, and high school students who would smoke every day after school at 420, and it's the way of saying, hey, this needs to be legal and we're going to smoke and we're all going to smoke together and there's nothing you can do about it.
So I'm wondering, like, how could they do that? How could they get together and was it just because there were so many people, there was nothing like the police could do about it, or? I
mean, I think that's sort of what my perspective on it is. I can't speak for the police forces, but I know at least with VPD, especially if you look at these dispensaries, we know that there's so many dispensaries in the city and they're actually all illegal. But VPD, bless their hearts, have said, you know, we have other things to worry about. Our city has a massive opioid crisis happening right now. Why would we spend time raiding dispensaries, you know, arresting people who are making minimum wage working at dispensaries when we could be doing something that's actually meaningful in our city. So I think that's where, even with 420, I feel like that's where maybe a lot of people were starting from. Yeah. We don't really have good statistics on what's happening with cannabis. We know there's a lot of money generated from the black market and there's a decent amount of money being generated legally now, but we don't really have good figures. So ideally legalization will help us gather that data because I think it's pretty big, the number.
Did you hear, about the media attention that 420's gotten this year? Because the event's grown and grown and grown, but this year happens to fall on a Pro-D day for teachers. And so they are actually mad because they're thinking that that's going to encourage teachers and students to come down there. However, it's just interesting, right? That it's gotten so much media attention because it's a Pro-D day.
And I mean, I've been to 420 and I've seen kids who are skipping school and who are there, and I think it's a good thing for teachers and students to experience how this activist culture in 420 has brought us towards legalization. So I say, first of all, you should have known what April 20th was when you planned your Pro-D day, and second of all, I don't really have a problem with kids, teenagers checking this out. So 420 is actually kind of a fun party, and if you do have the day off, it still goes on until night. I think you should check it out. Yeah. So I'm Natasha with BareTalkTV. We'd love to hear if you're planning on going to 420. We'd love to see you there. Comment below, and we'll talk to you soon.